Good afternoon. I mean, good afternoon. Good morning, guys. I said good afternoon. I am sleeping yet. No, but I had a class before. I had a class at 8:15, so I am, ready to start the class. Okay, how are you guys? I haven't seen you in a long time. Jean, Paula, Gilliam, Luisa Morano, Ignacio. Nice to see you. You have to turn on your cameras in my class. I don't know if you know, but the students that know me know that they have to connect their cameras. Yes? How are you guys? Why are you laughing, Yin? How have you been, Gillian? So a long time no see.
Yeah, I couldn't take the other subjects, so I have to go in order now. 323, 324, and 325.
Okay, no problem. Claudio was my student before last semester, so he knows the system that we have now online, guys. So we turn on the cameras here in English and we interact a lot and we talk a lot. Yes, so this is the way we do it, Claudio, yes?
Yes, miss.
Claudio, could you do me a favor?
Yes.
The thing is that I need to call the attendance every class, but I don't have time because I have to focus on teaching. So would you please do this silently, every class? I'm going to share with you the list of the students here. I'm going to send this to your email. Yes, so the idea, Claudio, is that you write here, for example, today is September 1, and you write only here, P for present, A for absent, P present, A absent, every class, please. And in the middle of the semester, I'm going to ask you for this Excel page because they usually ask, attendance is free this semester because it is online, but I'm sure the university is going to ask for the attendance. They usually do. So I want you to do it every class. You have the record silently, yes? If the student is late, no problem, he's present. Yes, because there are connection problems sometimes. Could you do that for me?
Yes, I could.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I see here Catalina Carrasana was my student before. Matias Lopez was my student last semester. Enzo, no, I haven't seen you. Enzo. No, where are you? Where are you, Enzo?
Lo puedo decir en español, profe, que no me dejaron tomarlo el semestre pasado, entonces.
Ah, okay, you couldn't take English, but are you in Santiago? No.
Yes.
Ah, you are in Santiago. And Paula, are you in Santiago?
Yes.
Jing is in Santiago too, yes?
No, estoy en China, profe.
Ah, you're in China, really?
Sí.
And what are you doing in China?
Quedé atrapada. Se supone que me debería haber ido a Chile en febrero, pero se cancelaron los vuelos y quedé acá.
Oh, and what time is it there in China, Ying?
Son las 10:03 de la noche.
Ah, okay. Oh, wow. We have an international student from China. Oh my gosh. And are you okay? Are you healthy? No COVID?
Sí, todavía no ha pasado nada.
Okay, so COVID doesn't want you. Oh my gosh. So you are going to be in China for, I think, the whole year. Wow.
Sí, creo lo mismo.
Okay, Claudio is in Santiago too?
No, I am La Herradura.
Oh, nice. Lucky you. Wonderful. Did you feel the earthquake last night, the tremor?
Yes.
It was
Uh,
strong.
yes.
The epicenter was in Huasco.
Creo que sí, no sé. Fue en la noche, como a las
Yes.
2.
But did you feel it?
Sí.
Okay. Okay, Gillian, you are in Valparaíso?
Yes, miss.
Enzo is in Santiago. Ignacio, how are you?
Hey, miss, I'm fine. Thank you.
Are you in Santiago?
No, I'm in Rancagua.
In Rancagua. Matias, where are you in Santiago?
Fine, yes.
Luis Zamorano, where are you?
In Santiago, miss.
In Santiago too. And are you okay?
Yeah, all right.
Sebastian, where are you?
I'm in Talcahuano, around Concepcion.
And what about you, Catalina?
I'm in Santiago también.
In Santiago too, okay, yes. Okay, guys, so Claudio is going to call the attendance every class. The attendance is free, but I think it's really necessary that you participate in my classes and we speak English a lot, okay? So I'm going to share a screen and I'm going to share the course plan with you. The course plan. Okay, here I have the course plan. So we are going to have classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. Yes, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we have here, you know, the first class today. We're going to see different units. Unit number 1 is catching up, present perfect. You have homework and you have homework from 2 books. One book is Essential Business Grammar and Practice. This is the essential grammar and practice. I'm going to show it to you. This is the book that we use this semester, but there are some exercises from here, from Grammar for Business. That's why I sent, you know, the two, I sent the whole book. Essential Business is the whole book here, and I sent the pages of Grammar for Business that you have to do. So you have to pay attention to the homework, because here is essential, and this is Grammar for Business, is the other book. And here we have the essential, and then we have Grammar for Business, and we have Grammar for Business too. So you have to pay attention, you know, the book that you have to use for your homework, okay? You have 2 books. I sent this yesterday to your emails. Aula, did you receive the handouts and the books?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Claudio. Very good. Okay, then we have unit 1, which is catching up. You have 2 readings for pronunciation this semester, and this is by video. And then you have unit 2, looking for places. You have a written test by Zoom, and you have to connect here to Socrative page that I'm going to share. Then you have here unit 3, family life. Unit, an oral test by Zoom. I think 1 class is enough for you because you are only 13 students, but in the other group of students, the other 323, I'm going to have 2 classes for evaluations when they are oral. Then you have unit 4, what had happened, past perfect. And then you have another oral test, which is by Zoom, you know. Last semester you sent videos to me, but this semester we will have to do it you know, online and alive, you know, with Zoom, by Zoom, because the university wants that everything gets, you know, recorded in Zoom, so we have to do it together. Then we have Unit 5, which is about wishes. Another reading for pronunciation. And finally, we have Unit number 6, that it's about speculation, speculating. Huh? And then you have the final oral presentations by Zoom. I left this class for pending cases, yes. We have here, you know, pending cases and optional oral and personal interviews with the teacher. So we have here pending cases. Yes, if you have any evaluation that is pending, we're going to do it there. Final presentations, I left 2 classes because these are, you know, longer. And finally, we have a final written exam of the units by Zoom. So we have a lot of work ahead, yes? A lot of work ahead, and I need your participation. Remember that you are the protagonist, not me. I am only the facilitator of your work. So you are the ones that have to speak English, yes? So when we speak English and when we do exercises, we have to know how to take notes, guys. So I showed this video to some students, and I'm going to show this video again, because in classes we are going to use taking notes so much. Anything that you listen, you have to write it down to understand and to improve your listening training. So we are going to watch this video, which is about taking notes. And I want you to write what you think it is the most important, okay? So let's begin with listening and making notes. Please write what you think is important when you take notes.
Welcome to our lesson. Please listen carefully and make notes.
First one, before you listen, don't note everything down. And to save space and time, use abbreviations when you can. And a quick and clear way to show relationships is to use symbols. For example...
Whoa there! Not easy, is it? Taking notes while listening is challenging. So, first off, here are 3 ways to help you listen more effectively. Number 1. Don't worry if you don't get every word. Just try to focus on the main points. Number 2, if you miss a bit, don't keep thinking about it. You'll miss even more if you do that. Number 3, if it's a video or audio file, pause and replay important or difficult bits. Now, 10 top tips for taking better notes while listening. First one, before you listen, gather information. Read relevant course materials. Anticipate what's going to appear. You can research keywords and phrases in advance, so you're not surprised when you hear them. Another tip, don't note everything down. Take shortened notes. Think about what's useful and what you can leave out. And to save space and time, use abbreviations when you can. And a quick and clear way to show relationships is to use symbols. For example, equal to, therefore, and arrows. Lots of arrows. In fact, if you really love arrows, you might prefer a mind map or a flowchart to show how things connect. Or you might prefer to write simple lines of notes. But don't forget, you can use capital letters, underlining, colours, and shapes to help information stand out. Choose the style that works best for you. Whew. By now, you're probably taking a lot of notes, but this is important. Leave some white space so you can add thoughts and clarify things later. And while you're listening, a warning. How will you know if you're noting down a fact or an opinion? If the speaker is just giving an opinion, or if the speaker is quoting someone else, make this clear in your notes. Is there a handout for the lecture? If so, you can use this as a basis for your own notes, adding your own thoughts, rather than copying it out. And once you've finished, remember to reread your notes to help the information stick. And rewrite your notes soon after taking them to help them stay in the memory. There we are, 10 top tips. Now, try watching this whole video again, and this time, take your own notes. Good luck. Remember to reread your notes to help the information stick. And rewrite your notes soon after taking them to help them stay in the memory. There we are.
Okay, so here we have, the summary of the video. When you take notes, well, when you have English classes, you can do something before my classes. You can see my links and you can see my exercises in advance to be ready. So before we have the class, you can prepare your English class in advance because I share the course plan. So you can do that before if English is difficult for you, right? Then it says, don't write everything. Of course, yes, you are taking notes. You don't have to write all the sentences, not all the words. Use abbreviations, yes? For example, in English, you have a SAP, A-S-A-P. You have different abbreviations that we have here. Let me see, because it was really fast when they show 3 abbreviations. Did you write the abbreviations that you saw in the video?
ATA.
What did you write?
Another abbreviation was ATA.
What is the meaning of that?
For example.
For example, yes, very good. Okay, so you have your own abbreviations, and there are many, many abbreviations in English. So we can have, just one class showing all the abbreviations, but you can use yours because you're not native speakers. Use symbols. You can use arrows, or you can use equal, yes, or you can use the 3 points, which is therefore. Your style of taking notes also, everybody has a personal style. It says here, leave a white space. Yes, because sometimes you write, and you need some space for writing some other words. And also important that when we listen to something, you have to understand if this listening is a fact based on facts, or if it's an opinion of the speaker. Yes, in this case, this listening was based on facts. They are giving you information about how to take notes. Then it says use handouts well. For example, you have here your handouts, and you can also write here, information that you need to understand and clarify. Yes. And then it says reread. If you want to study, yes, again, you can reread your notes. And if I ask you, okay, what did you understand in this listening? And then, of course, you reread what you wrote. And if you want to be, more studious and more accurate, you can rewrite the notes to study. So I am teaching you to take notes because you will have to listen to a lot of exercises in English. And I'm going to say, okay, ready, everybody, take notes. So you know what to do. Don't write everything, use abbreviations, use symbols, yes, etc. Any questions about this? No?
No, miss.
Gillian, when you take notes, do you use any of these tips?
I'm used to use abbreviations and arrows.
Abbreviations and arrows, okay. And tell me, Gillian, have you ever done a map? Like, okay, we have here the symbols. Okay,
Yes, I've done maps, but they don't work for me.
They don't work for you, yes. Some people do a lot of mind maps, yes. They are teaching these techniques so much at schools today. And they also do flow charts for understanding. Okay, so that was, you know, one piece of advice, please, for taking notes. Please follow the suggestions, okay? And now we're going to do a warm-up for you to start speaking English, yes, and repeating pronunciation. So I chose this video. This woman practices and says and pronounces, you know, different ways in which American English is better pronounced. So today we're going to practice some sentences with her. It's for practicing pronunciation and it's for you to start moving your lips, your muscles, yes?
More American. Are you ready? The first way that you can sound more American is to change your T sounds to D sounds when they're between two vowels. Let's listen to a sentence that uses a lot of these.
In New York City, he wore an exciting sweater because that always made him satisfied. In New York City, he wore an exciting sweater because that always made him satisfied.
Okay, so here you have that between two vowel sounds, you change this consonant. In American English, you don't say city, you say city. In American English, you don't say exciting, you say exciting. Sweater, that always, satisfied, satisfied. Yes? So everybody, please, everybody at home, repeat after the speaker.
In New York City, he wore an exciting sweater because that always made him satisfied.
In New York City, he wore an exciting sweater because that always made him satisfied.
In New York City, he wore an exciting sweater because that always made him satisfied.
In New York City, he wore an exciting sweater because that always made him satisfied. Ignacio Ballesteros, can you say, please, can you say this?
In New York City, he wore an exciting sweater because that always made him satisfied.
Yes, only one thing, made him.
Made him.
Because you can say made him, yes, but you also say made him.
Made him.
Made him satisfied, yes. Claudio Ramirez, can you say that please? In New York City.
In New York City, he wore an exciting sweater because that always made him satisfied. Satisfied.
Very good, yes. Okay, Gilliam, can you say that?
In New York City, he wore an exciting sweater because that always made him satisfied.
Excellent, very good. Christian Aliste, please.
In New York City, he wore an exciting sweater because that always made him satisfied.
Okay, you have to, the pronunciation is good. The accent, Christian, the accent, you need to sound more gringo, okay? But the pronunciation is fine. Okay, here we have another word here, another sentence.
Has an R plus a consonant. It's gonna sound like Let's listen to a sample sentence that uses this a lot.
The first word that you learned is the one you heard the most. The first word that you learned is the one you heard the most.
What she's emphasizing here is the R. The first word you learned, heard, you know, it's like arrastrado así. The first word that you learned is the one you heard the most. Okay, so we're going to repeat now.
Has an R plus a consonant. It's gonna sound like Let's listen to a sample sentence that uses this a lot.
The first word that you learned is the one you heard the most. The first word.
I'm sorry, I didn't stop. Okay, one more time.
The first word that you learned is the one you heard the most.
The first word that you learned is the one you heard the most.
The first word that you learned is the one you heard the most.
The first word that you learned is the one you heard the most. Luisa Morano, please.
The first word that you learn is the one you heard the most.
Very good. I think you can say it more gringo. The first word, you know, the first word that you learned. Can you say that again, Luis?
The first word that you learn is the one you heard the most.
Okay, I think you can improve a little. Ying, can you say that?
The first word that you learn is the one you heard the most.
You heard the most. Okay, Catalina.
The first word that you learn is the one you heard the most.
Okay, but you have to sound more, you know, American. The first word, can you say that, Catalina? The first word.
The first word.
No, más arrastrado. The first word.
The first word that you learn.
Excellent,
The one you
yes.
heard the most.
Yes, that's right. Okay, very good. Okay. So here we have another one.
Water, the flowers. All right, let's listen to that clip.
Oh, we have advertising now, a commercial.
Hi there, my name's Chris Americos, and I've been teaching English for the last 11 years, and right now...
One more time, and then we're gonna pause, and I want you to say it out loud.
In the letter he wrote, remember to water the flowers.
Okay, so let's see.
To water the flowers. All right, let's listen to that clip one more time, and then we're gonna pause, and I want you to say it out loud.
In the letter he wrote, remember to water the flowers.
Repeat. In the letter he wrote, remember to water the flowers. In the letter he wrote, remember to water the flowers.
My fourth and final tip is a specific...
Okay, so who is going to say this? Who is going to say this?
He wrote, remember to water the flowers.
In the letter he wrote, remember to water the flowers.
When my British friend was saying water bottle, this was the second American sound that he was using. The ER at the end of the word. Water. Don't forget to water the flowers. Remember to water the flowers. And this is gonna really test your R pronunciation. We used it in the previous tip, and now we're using it again. You really need to make sure your R's are strong and powerful. Remember to water the flowers. All right, let's listen to that clip one more time, and then we're gonna pause, and I want you to say it out loud.
In the letter he wrote, remember to water the flowers.
Okay, Sebastián Ormeño.
In the letter he wrote, remember to water the flowers.
He wrote. To water.
To water.
One more time. In the letter.
In the letter he wrote.
He wrote.
In the letter he wrote, remember to water the flowers.
Remember
to water the flowers.
To water.
Water.
Paula, please.
In the letter he wrote, remember to water the flowers.
Very good. Okay, and the last one that we have here, this is the last.
Library. Ooh, we're going to say the full word. Let's listen to a quick sentence that uses a couple of these examples.
At the library, the secretary read a book about the military. At the library, the secretary read a book about the military.
Okay, because in England, in the United Kingdom, they say library, secretary, and military. In England, they say at the library, the secretary, military. But in America, you say at the library, the secretary read a book about the military. So this is pronounced. In England, they say library, secretary. So that's the difference with the American English.
Quick sentence that uses a couple of these examples.
At the library, the secretary read a book about the military.
Okay, repeat everybody. Library, the secretary.
At the library, the secretary read a book about the military.
At the library, the secretary read a book about the military. Yes, okay. Ying, can you say this?
At the library, the secretary read a book about the military.
Yes, read, because the past tense is read. Read, 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 remember? Cristiana Liste, please.
At the library, the secretary read a book about the military.
The military, yes. Matias Lopez.
At the library, the secretary read a book about the military.
Okay, I think you can read it faster, faster. Repeat after, repeat again.
Let's listen to a quick sentence that uses a couple of these examples.
At the library, the secretary read a book about the military.
Matias.
At the library, the secretary read a book about the military.
Yes, that's better. Ignacio Ballesteros, please, at the library.
At the library, the secretary read a book about the military.
Yes, that's right. Okay, remember that you have, this link in your course plan that I'm going to send. So you can repeat and do these exercises again and again and again. Okay, we are going to start, immediately with the first unit. Yes, the first unit is catching up. Yes, catching up, and we're going to be 3 classes talking about unit number 1, catching up. When do you use catching up? When you haven't seen a friend for a long time, and then you start talking again, and you say, oh, let's talk about you. What have you done? Well, I have been teaching, and what about you? I have been working at home, also. So catch up means to be in contact with friends and people again. Yes, that is to catch up with someone. That's the name, catching up. So here we have okay, here we have the handouts. I tried to copy the handouts for you to read them and for you to see the pictures, yes? So it says catching up. What do you see here? What do you see in these pictures? Ignacio. What do you see in this picture?
Friends that they bump each other in like random places.
Okay. Yes. So here we have 2 friends, and I don't know where they are. Subway probably, yeah. And here
outside the store?
Probably, and here? In a
park?
Excellent, yes, because there's a tree. And here, where are they?
In a garage
In
school.
front of a garage school?
Yes, that's right. So they probably do karate. Yes, they probably do karate together. Okay, so Bob and Luis, we have this conversation. And so you're Bob and Luis is Paula. Give me this conversation, please.
So, what have you been doing since I saw you last?
Working. That's pretty much it. I haven't been out in months. What about you?
Same here. I have been working late every night. Oh, do you have time to grab a bite to eat?
To grab is to catch something to eat, like a hot dog or a pizza, you know, something like that. So attention here, what have you been doing? Yes, since I saw you last. Yes, I've been working. So do you remember I have been, I have gone? Yes, it's the present perfect. Yo he ido, he estado. Pero ahora lo vamos a usar con ing. He estado trabajando. I have been working. You use I have, you have, he, she, it, has. We have, you have, and they have. Yes, but he, she, it, has. Okay, Maya and Yale. Maya is, Catalina is Maya and Gail is Ying, please. Give me this conversation.
I haven't seen you in 8. What have you been what have you been up to?
Well, you won't believe it, but I have been seeing a guy from work. We have gone out 3 or 4 times now, so our quest is getting serious.
Yes, I guess. I guess. Repeat after me, Ying. I guess.
I guess.
Yes, Catalina, repeat after me. I haven't seen you in ages.
I haven't seen you in ages.
No, seen you.
I haven't seen you in ages.
In ages. What is in ages? What is?
Años?
Yes, in a long time, yes. Okay, now we have Bill, it's Luisa Morano, Bill. And we don't have more women in the classroom. We only have 3 girls, yes? Do we have any more women in the classroom? No? Only Jean, Paula, and Catalina. So, okay. So, we are going to do it anyway. Luisa Morano, you're Bill, and Matias, you are Diane in this case.
What have you been up to recently? I haven't seen you at the gym.
Well, I have been going to pottery class since September.
Pottery, really? So what kind of tea do you make?
So far, I have made a vase and 2 bowls. Here's something I have made.
Here's something.
Some things.
I just
made.
Remember that, Mati, remember, J fuerte, Y suave. So you say here, just. Repeat after me, just. Okay. Luis, I haven't seen you. I haven't seen you.
I haven't seen you at the gym.
Yes, that's right. And pottery is this thing, you know, pottery is what they make at Pomaire. Yes, they make pottery. They make, yeah, they make vases and bowls, you know. In Pomaire, they make clay pottery, but in other places, they use other materials. So it says here, I've been going to a pottery class. Yes? Okay, then we have the karate. You don't say karate, you say karate. Karate school. Juan is Christian. And Gonzalo, are you there?
Yes.
Gonzalo, you are Hamad. Please, give me this conversation.
Hey, good to see you. I see you're still doing karate.
Oh, yeah.
How long have you been how long have you been doing that? About 3 years?
Actually, for 9 years now.
Whoa, that's impressive.
Yeah, that's impressive. Wow, that's impressive. How long is how much time? Yes, you can use the two options. How long or how much time have you been doing that? Right? So the conversations here have, you know, a lot of present perfect, continuous. So we are going to do some exercises. Yes? Okay, so we are going to do these exercises together. And before that, I'm going to write in the chat. The name of this is present perfect continuous, or some people call it present perfect progressive, yes? And you say, for example, I have been working, yes? You say, she has been teaching. We have been dancing a lot lately. What is the difference with the typical present perfect? The typical present, and they are very similar, but the typical present perfect is I have worked, yes? Or he has taught. She has taught so much. You say lately. She has taught. That's the simple present perfect. And the other one would be we have danced. Yes? So what is the difference? The only difference is that the present perfect continuous, the ing, is more a continuing action, an ongoing action. Yes? It's to give emphasis that the action is not finished. But in many cases, you can say, I have been working or I have worked. And the two options are correct. For example, I can ask you, what have you done lately? Yes, or the other question, what have you been doing lately? And these two questions are similar. What have you done? Remember that you use the third column, done, gone. When the verb is regular, you say only the regular verb. Yes, danced, worked. But in the case of irregulars, you have to say done, gone, taught. Yes. So what have you done lately? What have you been doing lately? Very similar. Yes, what have you been doing lately it's giving more emphasis to the ongoing action only. Yes. So what have you done lately, Paula? Or what have you been doing lately?
I have been doing volleyball in my room.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
I'm
have been.
doing a place. I take out the mirror and put a pillow in the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So, how can I say? Que el ruido no se pase para los vecinos, because I live in a department.
Okay, so I put a pillow on the floor, not to bother my neighbors and to avoid noise. That's the sentence. Can you read that sentence?
I have been playing volleyball. I put a pillow on the floor, not to bother my neighbors, and to avoid noise.
Good. Oh, that's very intelligent. Right. Very good. So you have been playing volleyball lately. Okay. What about you, Ignacio? The same question. What have you done or what have you been doing lately?
I have been practicing for my driving license.
Mm-hmm.
I have been to the doctor a lot because I'm going to have an operation soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What operation?
My nose is really bad.
Okay, yeah, you are like always like this. You're worse than me. I've been practicing for getting my driver's license. Good. And you have been going to the doctor a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Okay, perfect. Okay, what about you, Ying? What have you been doing lately? What have you done in China?
I have been reading a lot recently, and I have been sleeping a lot. That's
Sleeping and reading. And tell me something, do you go out sometimes?
Yes, I have go to the Canton Tower.
Mm-hmm. I have gone to what? The Canton Tower? What is that?
Ay, no sé cómo decirlo, es como el... ¿Cómo se llama?
But in what city are you?
En Canton, Guangzhou.
Ah, okay. I don't know anything about China, sorry. I have never been there. Okay, so you have gone out, yes? You say I have gone out, yes? And some people say I have been locked down. I have been locked down, in quarantine, you can say, yes? I have, you know something, I have been locked down so much, but yesterday I went to the mall. I wanted to go to the mall yesterday. I went to the mall and my kids told me, where are you going? I'm going to the mall. And I went to the mall and I wear a mask and it was okay. There were many people there and I had to change some clothes and I bought this blouse, you know, that I like it so much. And I'm happy, you know, because I have been, you know, locked down so much. But, you know, this is not over. This is not finished. This illness is not finished yet. And I don't think you're going to come back to the university this year. Because the students, for example, Ying, the students that are in Valparaiso, in Rancagua, or whatever, they cannot come to Santiago now. They're not going to pay for accommodation now. It's ridiculous. What do you think, Gillian? Gillian, are you there?
Sorry, miss, I was talking and the microphone was off.
I knew that you were not paying attention. That's why I asked, because I see your faces, so I can follow you.
No, I was thinking what to answer if you asked me.
And what do you want to say? Do you agree with me that you're not going to come back to the university this year?
I agree with you, and I'm begging for that to happen. I want to sleep.
So it's convenient for you to stay home.
Yeah, I don't want to wake up at 4 a.m.
No, yeah, I know. There's another student, Gianfranco Fortunato, I think, that he lives in Quilpué. Do you know him?
No.
Well, he's a student that is very happy online. So
Yeah, me too.
yeah,
I'm very
I
happy
love.
here.
I know a lot of people are happy at home. Yes. Well, you can sleep more, and you can also get up later. Yes. So that's convenient. Okay, guys. So let's do some practice with this. Here we have number 1. It says, let's see the instructions. No instructions. Oh, well, put the verbs in the correct form. Okay. He has been working in this company since 1985, right? Okay. Number 2, please. Sebastián Ormeño. You have to use present perfect continuous with ing. Yes?
Okay. I have been waiting for since 2 o'clock.
Okay, repeat after me, everybody. Since. Since. I have been waiting for you since 2 o'clock. Okay, Luisa Morano, number 2.
Mary has lived in Germany since 1992.
You have to use the ing form.
Has been living.
Has been living. Okay, thank you. Christian, why is he so tired?
He has been playing tennis for 5 hours.
5 hours. Enzo. Enzo, you're muted.
How long been you learn? How long have you learned English?
You have to always been. Been
Have
ing.
you been? How long have you been learning English?
Learn?
Learning English.
Yes. Paula.
We have been looking for the motorway for more than an hour.
Very good. Okay, yes, that's right. Ignacio.
I have been living without electricity for 2 weeks.
Catalina Carrasana, please. Number 8.
The film has been, no, the film has not been.
Has not been.
Running for 10 minutes yet, but there's a commercial break already.
Yes, that's right. Matthias, how long?
How long has she been working in the garden?
Very good. Okay, and Gonzalo, she?
She has not been in the garden for more than an hour. Oh.
Yes, in this case, it's only she has not been. It's impossible to use ing here. Yes, it's not possible. What happened here? Ah, I forgot 4. We have been looking for. Yes, but this is correct. He has been working, I have been waiting, Mary has been leaving. Okay, very good. Thank you. This is the way you do it, okay? Now tell me, please, how much time have you been in lockdown? Paula.
Since March to June, I'm in Guinea, so we are
okay.
not in quarantine.
Okay, okay, so the quarantine for you stopped. But,
Yes.
okay, so in this case, you cannot say I have been. You have to say I was, because it's past.
Oh, okay. I was in quarantine since March to June, I think, or July.
From March?
From March to July, I think.
Okay, yes, I was. Very good. What about you, Gilliam? How much time have you been in lockdown? You're muted.
Yeah. I have been in lockdown for 7 weeks now.
For 7 weeks, 7 weeks.
Yeah.
Valparaiso, when did Valparaiso start the lockdown?
I just searched that and it started in June 11th.
June,
So
okay.
seven, almost 8 weeks.
Yeah, because you also have to consider something that I was not in quarantine, but I began my optional quarantine March the 15th. My
Probably I was the same.
Right, because it was legal, it was obligatory, in one moment, but I offered myself to stay here because I could teach online, because I could stay, at home. Gonzalo, how much time have you been in lockdown?
I have been in lockdown since March.
Since March too.
Because I was in lockdown in Santiago. And when I came from Santiago to Iquique, the quarantine started here, so I have been in lockdown since March.
Oh my gosh. Gonzalo, so you're from Iquique, and why were you in Santiago in March?
Because I was there for the university.
Ah, you were ready to start the university. Okay, okay. So did you feel the earthquake last night? Did you feel the tremor last night in Iquique, or it wasn't that much?
I feel it, but it was so weak, like just a little bit, but it was really long.
It was long. I didn't know. I saw it in the news today. I didn't feel anything. But my godmother lives in Copiapó. So I got worried and I wrote to my cousins and godmother. But they're fine. No, nothing happened actually.
Some people say that that earthquake maybe casi hace un tsunami because it was near the coast.
Ocean, yeah. And it's difficult, for people that are in quarantine or locked down to run and to escape to the hills, Oh, I didn't know that. So it was almost, Gonzalo, it was almost a tsunami.
Yes.
Okay, so how have you felt in your bedroom for so much time? Another question, how have you felt in your bedroom for so much time? It's another question in which I am using the present perfect. How have you felt? You understand? Acuérdense que el have en este caso es cómo te has sentido. He ido, he estado, the present perfect. Matías, you understand? Claudio, how have you felt in your bedroom for so much time?
I have been felt tired. And I don't know.
Okay, I have felt tired. Only that. It's not necessary to say I have been. No. You can say, yeah, I have been feeling tired. It's the other option. One option, I have felt tired, and the other option is I have been feeling tired. You have, and bored too, Claudia, or not bored?
Not too much, but a little bit.
A little bit, okay. Paula has transformed her bedroom into a gym. Right, Paula?
Yes. Being in bed, it's depressing, so I think how to escape from that.
Absolutely.
Because the gym is closed.
Absolutely. Yes, you're right. You're right. Yes. Okay, guys. So we are going to check here. Let me see. Let me see what we have for next class. Okay, so next class we will continue, you know, working with these tense, and you have your first homework, pages 54 and 55 from the essential business grammar. Yes, the essential business grammar is the red book. Yes, so this is a reminder for the students that have not been doing homework, you know, lately. You are supposed to do, you know, the first pages. Okay, for example, here you have an example, any example. First, you have here, give me a second, please. Okay, let me see. Okay, normally the first page is, you know, the explanation, yes? So you are supposed to study, to read, to look for vocabulary that you don't know, and I really recommend to do this orally too, so you can read and use the muscles of your mouth for speaking better. So you have to read and study the first page normally. And on the second page is where you have the exercises, and this is what you gotta do, okay? In this case, what is the homework for tomorrow? 54, 55. 54, 55. Let me see where we go here. What page is this? Oh, we are close. Okay, 54. 54 and 55, okay. So please, I want you to do this very consciously. Read the explanation because the grammar here is very clear. The positive, negative, and question. If you don't know any words, please find them in the dictionary, wordreference.com, and do it orally too. Read out loud. You have to speak, right? And then you do the reading, you know, and the exercises here. And this is your homework for next class, okay? Please. I prefer that you do the homework, grammar, exercises at home. And I really prefer to speak with you in classes and to do more interactive activities, okay? So please concentrate in the grammar because grammar is necessary. You like it or not, you have to know the structure. Yes? Okay, guys, so we are going to stop here. Any questions, please write to my emails, Gonzalo Could you register your class?
No, I'm expecting for SIGA what they can do for me. Todavía no recibo respuesta.
Okay, so Claudio, add Gonzalo in the list that I'm going to send to you because I'm sure he's going to have a positive answer, okay? And Gonzalo, you are not going to receive the Zoom invitation, so ask someone in the class for the class that we will have on Thursday. Because you are not in Aula, so you don't get my announcements, you don't get my emails. So ask someone in this group of students for giving you the link for the next class, okay? Don't worry, you will solve the problem. Gonzalo, no? Not so positive about it?
La gente SIGA, de dirección de estudio se demora mucho.
Bueno, usted siga asistiendo a la clase para que no se la pierda y lo que le digo es que se consiga el link de Zoom para que entre a la clase.
Sí, sí.
Porque yo no lo tengo en aula, entonces no te va a recibir, no vas a, you're not going to get my emails. Yes? Y
Le voy a
consiga,
mostrar a alguien.
eso, y consígase los handouts con alguien, ¿ah? Please.
Ya me los conseguí.
Perfect, wonderful. And the new homework.
Miss,
Claudio?
this semester we have assistantship.
Yes. Ana is going to be Ana Suarez for 325, Hans for 321. So yes, I'm going to have a assistantship for you. Yes, you need extra help. But we have until Friday to apply for the assistantship, and next week we're going to have the assistantships and the schedules for that.
Okay, Miss.
Okay, guys, so I really wish you a happy semester. It's going to be difficult though. We have a lot of problems in Chile now, and the pandemic too. It has been a very difficult year. So I hope that we have fun in our classes and we feel, you know, happy and better, and we can forget about the problems we have, you know, in our classes. Okay, so thank you for being here, and thank you for participating. Goodbye.
Bye, Miss.
Bye, Miss.
Bye, Miss.
Goodbye. You can use the reactions here. There are reactions in the Zoom. Clap your hands. It's there. Okay, thank you, Luis. Thank you, Enzo. See you next Thursday. Bye-bye. I'm going to upload the class in YouTube today. So if you want to see the class again, you can see it in YouTube, okay?
Miss, where is the course plan?
I have to send it to Aula. I will.
Okay.
I will send it to Aula. Okay. Es que no he querido mandar el course plan porque como son 25 en el otro grupo y ustedes son menos, yo dije a lo mejor se va a balancear el curso y destino menos clases para evaluar. Entonces estoy con el course plan ahí medio detenido porque todavía tengo esperanza de que algunos de los niños del otro grupo se muevan para acá y así balanceo, pero si no, el otro course plan va a tener más días de evaluaciones y yo no estoy tan segura tampoco que ustedes alcancen en una clase, porque me piden en Zoom que tiene que quedar todo grabado, las evaluaciones y todo. Antes, ¿se acuerdan que me mandaban los videos y yo lo hacía en mi tiempo en mi casa, les daba el feedback 1 a 1, pero ahora quieren que quede todo grabado en Zoom. Entonces, todavía no quiero mandar el course plan, Cristian, porque tengo que ver la cantidad de alumnos y cuántas clases voy a necesitar para evaluar. Entonces estoy en ese, pues tengo 25 en el otro grupo, no sé cómo lo voy a hacer y acá son 13, 12.
Entonces ya no van a ver video.
O sea, yo te voy a dar igual el tema, pero tú me lo vas a tener que hacer directo por Zoom, no mandarme el video. Antes los niños me mandaban el video en una clase y bueno, yo me demoraba igual harto en darle a cada uno el feedback, pero bueno, era mi trabajo. Pero ahora lo tengo que hacer en la clase. Entonces tú me vas a presentar, Matías, no a través de un video a mi mail, sino que a través, te voy a decir, ya Matías, te toca a ti presentar ahora y todos tus compañeros te van a estar viendo. Y
No,
yo voy,
sí, lo entendí.
ya, y yo voy a tener que estar evaluando ahí súper apurada, entonces igual me gustaba más el otro sistema, pero tiene que quedar grabado en el Zoom, porque la universidad necesita
Pero
un respaldo de que
igual
estamos haciendo las clases.
supongo que ¿cómo se llama esto? Que el tema lo vamos a ver de antes. ¿Cómo antes, cierto?
Sí, yo les voy a dar el tema antes, no para que improvisen, les voy a dar el tema antes y ustedes van a llegar con su tema listo. Pero en el fondo, como ahora ya no es por video, necesito más tiempo para evaluar y estoy preocupada porque el otro curso son 25. Y en
Ya
una
no
hora...
no va a ser que teníamos que estar parados y esas cosas.
Sí, pues tiene que hablarme parado, se para ahí, se
Ah.
para. Se para igual que antes, hablando, sin leer, without reading. Sí, es lo mismo, pero va a tener que quedar ahí grabado y presente, porque la universidad, si lo supervisa, dice, ¿ya dónde está la clase del alumno? Tiene que estar ahí en Zoom. En cambio, yo no le puedo mandar a la universidad los 80 videos.
Miss, ¿y van a haber lecturas como el semestre pasado?
Van a haber 2. Bajé la cantidad porque este semestre es más corto y hay muchas vacaciones, entonces vamos a hacer 2 lecturas de pronunciación de aviación y otras preescritas online, que esas pueden estar todos presentes porque se corrigen solas, y las presentaciones orales que van a hacer en vez de video van a ser por Zoom. Lo que sí me van a mandar por video son las lecturas, porque ahí sí que no les voy a hacer latearse de estar ahí escuchando como todos leen. Así que no, ahí les dije no. Las lecturas me las mandan en video y ese día me la mandan en el horario de la clase. Pero lo otro va a tener que ser en Zoom. ¿Ok? Así que espérenme un poco, Cristian, porque déjame mañana tener la clase con los otros niños, a ver si alguno de estos niños se puede cambiar para acá, y así voy a tener que readaptar el course plan. Pero la tarea la anotaron, para que lleguen con la tarea el jueves, es la página 54 y 55 del libro rojo.
¿Cuál es ese? ¿El grammar?
El essential, sí, porque mandé 2, acuérdate que mandé el rojo y el azul. Sí, pero la tarea es del libro rojo, esta vez. Dame un tiempo para ver cómo me organizo con... ¿Me entienden mi tema o no?
Sí, profe, y en el caso de que, por ejemplo, se cambiara uno del otro paralelo o ninguno, ¿qué pasaría?
No, pues yo no sé cómo si el problema son ellos, no ustedes, porque allá es donde voy a necesitar más tiempo. Con más evaluaciones, más tiempo en Zoom. En cambio acá...
Yo con los que alcancé a conversar del otro paralelo, tienen tope con este horario.
Sí, supongamos, yo igual tengo tope, pero...
Igual yo tengo tope ya en este horario, pero
sí,
el otro
igual.
no sé.
Pero bueno, es que pueden ir haciendo pueden hablar con el otro profesor y pueden estar conmigo media hora, con el otro media hora, no sé, pues vayan moviéndose, y si no, vean las grabaciones en YouTube, pero yo necesito que estén conmigo y que hablen como hoy día, que participen, que estén y que me interrumpan todo el rato, si ustedes son los que tienen que hablar inglés, no yo.
Sí, no, es que parece que el tema está en que, por ejemplo, yo el otro tope que tengo también es con asistencia, entonces...
Bueno,
pero estaban viendo si lo pueden mover porque es un laboratorio. Así.
No, mira, Matías, nos llegó un protocolo a los profesores, la asistencia este semestre es libre. Yo no puedo exigir asistencia, pero a mí igual me van a pedir la asistencia porque quieren saber el comportamiento de los alumnos, entonces por eso le pedí a Claudio que me la tome en silencio todas las clases, porque después ellos me van a pedir igual si todos los semestres me la piden. Entonces van a decir, a ver, quiénes fueron, quiénes no fueron, quiénes participaron, quiénes no participaron, y hay que tener un registro igual. Ahora, si yo fuera ustedes, yo no me perdería ni una clase. O sea, aunque sea libre, La asistencia, todo sirve y además uno como profesor también considera la asistencia porque ve a los alumnos y ve quiénes están trabajando y quiénes no, y después eso se nota en las evaluaciones. Así que yo que ustedes trato, si tienen tope, traten de estar un rato allá, un rato acá, yo ya sé, hablen con el otro profe y díganle lo mismo, o sea, me voy a tener que dividir, profesor. Pero todo se tiene que conversar, hablen con el profesor, el otro, y díganle lo que está pasando. ¿Mm? Ahora, este semestre igual tienen hartas vacaciones y todo, así que enjoy. Lo que yo tengo que seguir trabajando porque tengo que ir viendo los videos, o sea, las clases, todo, las correcciones, así que yo no descanso, pero bueno. Anyway, estoy feliz de tener trabajo y de estar sana. You have to be happy too, okay? To be
Hoy le pidieron
healthy.
eso de grabar la evaluación en todos los cursos. ¿Los mechones también y todo?
No, o sea, no me lo pidieron, lo sugirieron.
Ah, ya.
Entonces, entonces yo traté de cambiar un poco ahí el tema, pero está bien, si la universidad tiene que tener un respaldo y no me van a pedir que mande los 80 videos, entonces está bien, sí. Vamos a seguir adelante, ¿ok? Ok, thank you, Jing, so much. Es que, chiquillo, imagínense que está en China ella. Pobrecita, ¿y la hora qué? Ok, Jing. Por lo menos no es las 2 de la mañana, ¿ah?
No, igual tenía clase como a las 6 de la mañana. Así que...
Sí, no, sí. Sí, me imagino, increíble. Incredible. Okay. Okay, guys, thank you so much and see you on Thursday, okay? Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Miss.
Bye,
Bye,
Paula.
Miss.
Bye, Catalina. Bye, Seba.